So when's the end of B&B is gonna be all up and running?
Just got some of the fittings in today, so the other ones are still waiting on.
Okay, you're on.
All righty. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to November 24th, 2025 Board of Select meeting. Start at 6:30, the Pledge of Allegiance, and wherever we are at 7 o'clock, we'll stop everything and have our public hearing.
6:45. 6:45 is your first one.
It says 7. Oh, yeah, 6:45.
Pledge of allegiance?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public comment. Department head committee items.
Did you-
Yes, my name is Sarah.
You have to go to the, you
Oh,
have to go to the
stand
mic.
up?
Yeah.
Okay. First time.
That's fine. So
Okay,
you go
right
to the
at the
podium.
podium.
Oh, okay. Thank you, guys. Hi, my name is Sarah Brissette. I live on 54 Mountain School Road in Ware. I own an old farmhouse. And somebody came out to appraise the property in '25. I don't know when, because I told the lady in the assessing department, I don't know her name, but she said somebody came out on 25 and we were talking about what they found. And first of all, they said my property was like 199, I think. And the land, I could be wrong on the 100,000. And the property on the house is between, I forget what she said, 75 or 100,000. And I disagree with that, because I have lots of different things. Like, for instance, you guys, they found, he came on the property and there's a shed up there. And it's not even a shed, for one. There's not even a full back on it. It's caving in. So I'm like, what? And that was built a long time ago. My ex did that. I didn't even do that, but that's besides the point. It's not worth no $800. And then we have a lean tube in there for the cows. And I got that from old barn board off the barn that's caving in. So that I need to get a building permit and tear that down. And I haven't got there yet. But I got a list of things that your appraiser did not find. And I was a little upset because I've done a lot of work to the home, but I don't think it's worth that. I don't have a kitchen per se in the home, and I did take a picture if you all want to see it. So I have just like a sink, and I have a stove and a refrigerator. That's all I have. And for them to appraise this, that amount of money, so I need to tear down the barn, so that brings the value down, I would think. The siding on my home, it's old clapboard, it's original clapboard from 1800s, and the window sills, when we put the windows in, when the town of Ware asked us to get bigger windows, we didn't side the windows on both sides of the house, because we had to go bigger with the windows, so we didn't do that. And the clapboard's it's worn out, it's just no good, I gotta redo it. So for him, why didn't we see that? That it's all rotted and the paint is, and then in the front of the house, I don't even have a step for say, I gotta do all these things, but I haven't gotten to it because I've had a couple of deaths in my family. And so the step is like particle board or just, so that's that. the basement is, that old rock basement. And we have to, I have a guy working on it, we gotta put 2 windows down there. I put one, but there's no windows down there. And it needs horsehair plaster all around the basement because critters are coming in. So if he looked, he had a hard time looking, and I wanted to be there so I could show him these things. And I didn't even get a letter. And she's telling me, you got a letter. I said, no, I did not. And I went through my mail, and years ago, because I've lived here about 12 years now, we would do email, and she's like, no, you didn't use email. And the way she talks to me, I am so disappointed in she treating me like that, when she wouldn't have a job if it wasn't for we the people. And
So what's the, I'll hold you up just a second. What's the, if someone's unhappy their assessment, what's the typical practice?
So typically, when you get your last bill,
Yeah,
there's a mechanism, you apply for abatement.
right,
And so there's an abatement form that gets filled out and returned to us. And then the assessor will look at it or make an appointment or however they do that.
and meet out with her and redo it.
And they can go out and show her all those things. But yeah, that's how you start, is with an
that's what I
abatement.
want to do, is do a,
So the abatement forms are online, or I could try to go find one while she's here, but I don't know where they are in the office. Mary
well, I'll
Ann-
try to find it, and if I don't try it, I'll reach
It's
out
on,
to
it
you.
is on the assessing website.
Okay.
There's an abatement form.
Yep,
And there's a deadline that you'll need to supply it to us by.
yeah, when is that date? I wanted,
honestly don't recall. I think it's March 1st or something like that.
okay, because,
You've got
yeah,
some time. It says you on the website, yes.
okay. Yeah, and it's just, when they come up to my house, let me know.
But it doesn't just so if you don't pay your taxes waiting to get an answer, you will start to pay interest after December.
I'm gonna pay my taxes.
Okay, no, it doesn't, because then if there is an abatement in your favor, then we pay you back plus interest, so.
No, yeah, that's fine. I will make sure my taxes are paid.
Okay.
Okay, thank you,
All right,
guys.
You're welcome.
Do me-
Have a great,
If she gets the abatement, is that forever?
Well, only until they're gonna do a reassessment in 26.
Right.
We're up to be reassessed by the
So
state in
it's-
26 again.
One more coming.
There's one more reassessment coming, yes.
Just want to point out,
Every 5 years it happens, Sarah.
this may fix you.
well, he did it in 25.
Right, but so we do a fifth of the town in the 5 years. So in
Okay,
2021 to 2026 is the next one. So between 22, 23, 24, a fifth of the town gets done in a year. So unfortunately, you're down at the end that it got looked at in 25. Everybody's gonna get looked at again in 26.
okay, why is that?
The state mandates of 5 years, you have to do a reevaluation.
Okay, every 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just learning all these things too, owning a house. And I want to start joining the meetings and,
Can I just ask a question?
yeah.
Did you do anything new to your house that would prompt like a building permit for them to come out?
No, it doesn't. No, everybody they visit everybody and,
No, because,
She hasn't got the new assessment yet.
no, it won't come out till 26.
That's what I'm saying. So even if they came out in 25,
when you had Chip Mimi, is that his?
He was the building inspector.
He came and did everything, looked at my house, what I did, what I needed to do, like the windows upstairs. So, yeah,
but what I was saying is, your assessment you have now, the same assessment you had in 2024.
I haven't looked at it.
I'm just
yeah.
saying, based on.
I don't know that it-
Not having a permit pulled, there was no reason to come out there and adjust it for 2025. So she's working on 2021's assessment.
Numbers.
And so, did you see how did this get brought to your attention? This was now a problem.
because I called the town because I didn't get my tax bill and we got to talking about everything. I'm like, hey, I don't agree with that. And it went from there.
Okay.
And, and like I said, I didn't find any letter saying they were coming to the property, so I'm gonna make sure I look for it, you know? But I also had 3 people die, so when you have like a loss like that, you kinda,
Sure.
you know? And I'm trying to be up to date now. Thank you all.
Thank you.
It's March 1st, Sarah.
March 1st
March
is your-
1st
Okay,
is your deadline.
Sit in, though.
Yep,
Yeah.
yeah, feel free.
Well, we had department and committee items, but we only got
4 minutes.
4 minutes, so. You have anything, chief? You wanna wait till after? Or-
I don't have anything.
Oh, you're just sitting in?
I'm just sitting in because you guys are going over the,
Personnel policy.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
fair enough, okay.
You wanna do the manifest
Yep,
while you're here?
if I can find the right paper, I'll do the manifest real quick. I moved to order the treasurer to sign the payroll and accounts payable, let me start over. I moved to order the treasurer to sign the payroll and accounts payable checks dated November 26, 2025, including the following manifests. Payroll manifest $93,238.63 for weekly and monthly payroll. Accounts payable manifest $150,128.69. And Ware School account payable manifest $700,000 for a total of $943,367.32. Have a second on that?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
Sound like everybody, so. I don't think we're gonna
I
squeeze
don't know that
much
you're,
else in.
yeah, I don't know that you're gonna minutes because, I realized I didn't post them for you, my apologies.
Okay.
So,
So we'll skip them for
you'll
tonight.
skip those for this week.
Okay.
I do have I can do something real quick.
Yeah,
Last week at the planning board, a gentleman came in that owns property on Mount Dearborn Road, and they continued a site walk to, go look at the property, and actually Chief Rorick suggested that they, as far as he was concerned, that we do a, agreement and release for a steep driveway, which we've done before, we did one on Reservoir Drive. And basically what it is, it's similar to the liability and release form on a Class 6 or private road, in case they can't get there, but this talks about the driveway that exceeds 10% maximum grade. So when the planning board went out on their site walk, they agreed that it doesn't look that bad, but the steep release, agreement and release for the steep driveway should be in place. So I have one typed up here.
somebody confirmed it's over the 10%.
It's over the 10%, yeah. So, what you would do is you have your names here, I would notarize it, he's coming in tomorrow to finish it. They're holding up his building permit until he does this, so.
All right.
All right, it's 6:44, sorry.
All right, well, in that case, I guess we'll open the public hearing at 6:45. Well, we'll wait a few more seconds. All right. Open the public hearing, 6:45, to hear public testimony and comment on adopting the previous and amended and approved changes to the personnel policy.
Yeah, so back in June, when I think we first got, maybe it was the second meeting of the new board, I shared with you a copy that was, back when the prior board wanted to, when the Board of Fire Wards was dissolved, we kind of took the fire department policies and rolled them into our personnel policy. At that time, I sent you all a policy that really just, let me just show you, you're gonna remember. Gave you the highlights of, on each page as to what the fire department wanted to add. So at that time of that meeting, you guys approved it and moved to adopt it, but it's come to our attention that we really should have a public hearing and open it for public input before you adopt it. And what would happen is if you adopt it, I would take out the yellow. So that, but what I did is I tried to roll in what the fire department had separately under the Board of Fire Wards, and I kind of put it into places where I felt it would fit, like vacation, sick, how they accrue time, they're a little bit different because of their schedule, so it does say, when you look at it, you're gonna see it says fire rescue employees. Fire rescue employees, I highlighted it because it's kind of, there's a different table for them because of how they do the 24 hours a day. So that's how we did it, was fire rescue, but we stuck it in the appropriate spots. And at the time that you guys looked at it, we have not changed anything. We're just rolling them together. And that's what tonight's all about. Yep.
We worked on this off and on for so long. Did we ever, I know I brought it up and we talked about it, did it ever make it in there, change to, so overtime was paid after 40 hours period, not after 40 hours
Yep,
worked?
that was one of the Jason changes. Let me find it.
So I brought that up.
You should have
For
got that
his-
change from me also.
Yeah, it was in, it says highway department personnel who take approved leave during the winter season will have their leave hours counted as hours worked for the purpose of calculating overtime. This means that if an employee has worked overtime in a week where they used approved leave, the hours would still count toward their total hours worked, ensuring they do not lose any overtime pay. This policy allows employees to take their earned time off without a penalty while still receiving the appropriate compensation for additional hours worked beyond their regular schedule. This policy shall be used exclusively to reduce burnout in the highway department. Leave may not be used as a substitute for absence during winter operations. Leave shall be defined as all earned for this section. See the remainder of section 4 to review different types of leaves.
No,
So we
that
added
was
that, and then,
one thing I
and the
wanted
same
to
one,
change.
just for fire, I'll read that too, because that is under the overtime. That is a change, says under for fire rescue, it says personnel who take approved leave will have their leave hours counted as work, similar to what it said. This means that if an employee has worked overtime in a week where they used, it almost sounds the same, where they used approved leave or mandated overtime, the hours will count toward their total hours worked, ensuring they do not lose any overtime. This policy allows employees to have earned time off and work a mandated overtime shift without a penalty, but still receiving the appropriate compensation for any additional hours worked beyond their regular schedule.
Is
So,
there any reason to limit it to those two departments, not just make a townwide policy? Not that it's ever gonna really happen with anybody else, but.
so the collective bargaining is different.
Right.
It gets voted on. Theirs is done different.
Sure.
There's really overtime here. There's really not a call for overtime here.
Okay.
We only called those out because those are your service departments. Usually if girls take time off here, they swap a day.
That's one thing I want to see in there before I left, cause, and we were talking about it at my work today, cause winter's coming and
Yeah,
people are filling out time cards, and I'm like,
correct.
we gotta make sure that's somewhere, cause we talk about it and then months go by
Yeah.
and. Okay.
Yeah, no, you had approved that, but that was one of the concerns, and then their holidays are similar to ours, but they're kind of a little bit different.
Who's holding?
And then their years of service and their hours because of their 24
Talking
hour
today
days.
is fire?
Fire. But you guys all looked at
Yeah,
this once, so.
Yep.
I don't know if the chief wants to add anything more, or anybody to public hearing.
public hearing. Frank or Chief, Sarah?
You all set?
Yeah, I'm good. I just wanted to make sure that was in there, so.
Yep.
Do we need to make a motion to accept it or close the public hearing?
Yeah.
All right, we'll close the public hearing at 6:50. Do we have any discussion about it here at the board?
I tell you, I'm in favor of that overtime, because I used to work jobs where if you had to, you took an overtime shift, and then you got sick later in the week, you almost didn't want to call out, because you got penalized.
And that's
You wouldn't get your
exactly-
overtime,
That's exactly
so.
what happens, all those sorts of little deals, you know, you want the guys. to
Stings a
go
bit.
home and Not get everybody else sick, but
Exactly.
you don't wanna
So-
tell them.
That's a good change.
Well, I think they fought for it, and Benji was part of that.
Yeah, it's definitely needed.
Because you don't know, all those hours does create burnout, but it also does make your immune system a little bit compromised when you're
Right.
up all those hours.
Right.
I do have a fresh copy with a little sign tab here. It's not gonna affect the pages that I need to fix and take the yellow off, so while I have your attention, if you so desire and make the motion.
You wanna make a motion? since
I
you're
I make a motion to, accept the personnel policy, as written and amended.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Opposed, abstained?
All right, well, you can pass it down the table.
Well,
You
we
have a
got-
couple more minutes
We got
before
9
we-
more minutes. Is there any
Yep.
selectmen committee updates?
Oh, I can give you my report.
Okay.
We can move along. Not much on there.
All right, we'll do your report then. Oh, yeah, it's above it. I'm sorry, I had a check mark above manifesting. I'm gonna cross that too. Yep, let's get your report done.
Yeah, so, there's not much on the report. The,
Night, Chief.
Thanks, Chief. Happy
Good night.
Thanksgiving.
Thanks,
Thank
Chief.
you.
Right, I'll see
Happy
you-
Thanksgiving.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, well,
Oh, right, Finance Committee meeting is
Oh,
tomorrow
that's
night,
right, yeah.
6:30. I had told you it was 7 originally, so, I did post it as a meeting. So tonight you did the personnel policy and you're gonna take care of Cortland in a little while. I know there's no one here. I don't see Benji unless you can tell me why there's no representation. It's basically formality. I've advertised.
okay,
So, there is some motions to be made when we get to that point.
okay.
As a reminder, he just said, budget and CIP is tomorrow night with finance at 6:30 right here. Bruce gave us the update on 12/5, they're gonna do the sandbox for the building permit. 12/26, you're gonna do deliberative session. There was one other thing that Benson and I talked about this morning. I forwarded you an email in regards to the Joseph Stone Fund. Basically, there needs to be a representation or representative from the selectmen along with the churches for the Stone Fund. And what it is there's applications that the town received for some assistance, and they're single women, that could use some assistance, and they fill out applications, and if you recall, were you on there one year? Or was it Ricky? Benji, was it you or Ricky?
I was on there 1 year.
Okay, so basically, there's some application process, and it's for women that need some assistance, single women. And, there's an application process, and the churches get together along with the selectmen and the welfare director, and then they take the applications that are received and decide who gets assistance. I think the last couple of years, they've kinda, done more than once, they've shared it with several people. So, Benson has graciously said that he would make the meeting on December 16th with them. I just
Okay.
needed one of you. So, just wanted to let you know that.
No, I was on that, and it takes like 4 or 5 for me to get into the routine. Remember, there's a meeting, they only got one a year, so I missed it.
There's only once a year. It happens.
You missed it.
Yeah, I missed it.
So other than that,
I don't know much about it.
yeah, I don't really have anything more than that. It was gonna be simple.
All right.
You can do your other updates.
Any updates? We got 6 minutes.
Energy, we met the other night and, adopted the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why there was any discussion at all, but we discussed it for a minute and
Okay, yeah.
then we did the pledge.
Oh, nice.
And that will be the norm going forward.
Thank you.
Have just a quick update on the
Sure.
park. One of the questions that we had was about the storage of the nets. We know they historically were stored here. We're kind of hoping there was some space. I let them know that there may not be, but we may need to.
Yeah, it may be tough because we let the police do the storage in that back room where we used to have the stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but we could think of another spot, maybe.
Yeah, anywhere would be fine.
Okay.
This corner here is open. That, and the Chairman Matt has graciously stepped down as of December. That'll be his last meeting. So we'll be just making it available that park could stand a few more people on it. Anybody
Okay.
willing to step up and serve, be more than welcome.
All right.
Bruce isn't here, planning board. I can just tell you at the planning board when I sat and listened that, on the Thursday night, December 11th, there's a 2-page agenda out there, because they're only meeting once, and, they're gonna have their first round, of zoning amendments, December 11th. It'll be at the end of the evening, so, the agenda looks worse than it is, because some of it's pretty easy, but when you type the description and that, it's fairly lengthy. But you'll see at the end of it, they will be discussing for the first time, any zoning amendments. They've discussed it a couple times now. And then January 8th, I think, is their final public hearing on the amendments, so. I can ask you, so what would you want, what do you guys want to do? The only other thing you have left on there is send agenda for 12/1, as tonight's,
We didn't have any
tonight's my last meeting.
Yes, I was gonna mention that.
Yeah,
The last is full-time, we'll see you in a month,
yeah,
probably.
well, I may sit in as a resident.
Why would you wanna do that? Get a month off after 30 years.
Just saying, just saying. It's one of those things gonna be hard to go home at night. No, I'm just kidding, just kidding.
Your car will probably just come in your autopilot on its own.
Right, I'm sure.
Are you retiring?
Yeah,
Oh,
tomorrow's my
I'm gonna
last day.
miss you.
Well, Wednesday's my last day.
I'm gonna miss you.
Thank you,
Enjoy retirement.
thank you.
I know it's been said before, we really thank you for your service, and I guess I don't feel like we're done working together, because you're probably gonna come back, the plan is, and help us through vote, so we're not done, but
Right.
official full-time, Naomi's done, this is her last
This year.
meeting for 25 as a full-time employee. And, won't be a complete goodbye till after March.
Never goodbye.
But still, if I can take this as an opportunity.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it tick?
I'll step back, Grace.
Do I open it on TV or do I not?
It's up to you, it's in your hands now. It's just a small token of appreciation.
It's a coffee cup, and it says, "Never forget you're the piece that made the difference. Thank you for the work you did, the person you are, and the difference you made." Thank you, James.
There's another small little thing in the,
Oh,
in the pouch there.
okay.
It doesn't explode either.
What?
It does not explode either.
Okay, well, it does say, hang on. The ring is right in the middle of it, I can't read it. Thank you. I got a couple of cards today, people dropped off, I appreciate that. All right. Jeez, that's worse than Christmas. Yeah, I've seen that before. It says, "Good luck finding better coworkers than us. P.S. We'll miss you." I know, I got a coffee cup that says you don't have to be crazy to work here, we'll train you.
All right,
Thank you guys very much.
thank you. That leaves us 7 o'clock. Open public hearing to hear public testimony and comment on accepting approximately 1,900 lineal feet of Cortlandt Avenue as a Class 5 town-maintained road. Open up to the public. Does anything got anything to say about it?
Do you want me to just give some history?
Yep.
Or do you want to take the stand?
No, you can.
I want to take your glory, Will, come on. We've been doing this for a long time.
Yes.
We're gonna see the end. See, I stayed along to see you through.
You want to plow another winter?
No, guys do, they love plowing. Like, no, we're not plowing that no more.
So, back, just so you know, Cortland's off of Route 114 down the south end of town. The subdivision approved back in 2006, and actually Cortland purchased in about 2018. Started building homes over time, made road improvements, and then let's fast forward to August. In August, the planning board had a site walk with town engineer, contractor owner, DPW director, came up with a punch list. October 24th, The town received a letter from Meridian certifying that the lot corners and the right-of-way monuments have been set. The 29th, DPW Fisk emailed stating that the crack sealing was done and all the work that he had requested was complete. On November 11th, Shauna had sent Steve Keach, the engineer, the as-built plan for Cortlandt Ave for review. On the 13th, a hard copy was delivered, and at the 13th, Will came forward to the planning board to, and they recommended to the selectmen that you accept Cortlandt, the 1,900 plus or minus linear feet, as a town-maintained road, which brings us to today. I know when Will was at the planning board meeting, I said December, but I felt I should see it through. So I squeezed him in for 10 days out, and here we are today. So basically, we have swapped a little bit of an email. There is a maintenance bond that would be needed. There's also some outstanding engineer bills. And then, once we accept that, we do have cash, because when they started the subdivision in 2018, we received cash for the road bond. It has been reduced, I think, once or twice?
Couple times.
Yeah, a couple times. So we're down to $235,000, $988 to give back to them. Once we get the bond in place, which the bond was reviewed and approved. Sean and I went back and forth. Town council has approved the draft. I just need the original, all the documents there. And that's for $152,969, which represents 25% of the total amount of the bond. And then, once you get those two items, we would release the amount of the cash bond, and then we would start sanding, salting, plowing from there on out. So, but, did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
Okay. Are we gonna swap the check, or how are we gonna?
Just adopt it.
Okay, so can Mr. Cardy sign something, cause
My
that's.
partner. Yep, she'll draft it for me.
Okay, so, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, I carried a conversation with them, but, so the outstanding engineering bills, there's an option of, having it come out of the cash and then subtracting it, but I would need the letter from Mr. Carden, who put up the original bond. And Mr. Carden has done that before, when we released it. And so, once we would release that from there with a letter, and then once I get the bond, mine still says draft, so once I get the original, then we could make all that swap here in finance, because I probably won't be here, but we'll make all that work in finance, but if she has a question,
So-
then,
I have one question, so.
yeah, you have to
I
take the
don't know-
podium, though.
I do?
You do.
Oh, God.
I'm on, so you're on.
One question I have is on the bond, when we do the swap, the insurance bond, they have to have a letter from the town saying that you accepted it before they'll activate the
Okay.
bond.
So after they make their motion,
Yeah,
I could send that letter to them. Do you know who I'm supposed to send it to?
You can send it to me and I can forward it.
Okay,
Or-
yeah, because I do have just the draft.
okay, yeah, whatever's easiest, I know
Yeah, I
we
had
sent
to
this
do
an
that with
email.
Hilburn as well.
Okay, okay,
So what's the bond for?
So we have to keep maintenance bond for 2 years, which is 25% of the total. It's in the subdivision regs. I don't remember the article number, but.
Okay.
So, we're fine. As long as that's his only question, that's easy enough.
perfect,
Beth and I will work through it with him
okay.
from here on out. As long as you make your motion, do what you're supposed to.
Frank, you had anything on it? You're the only other one in the audience, so usually I'd say anybody else in the audience, but you're the only other one, so.
I know the road, I see they got it paid, I guess the engineers okayed it, so I guess it's okay.
Been a long time. 5 years? 6, 7 years? 7 years.
I'm gonna say, yeah.
Been 7 years since we started,
22, 23,
and then you did the final coat.
23, I think, yeah, we finished it,
Yep.
it's the last house.
All right, we'll close the public hearing at 7:05. Anybody from the board got anything to say about it? All right, I make a motion to accept approximately 1,900 lineal feet of Cortlandt Avenue as a Class 5 town-maintained road, subject to the following conditions. Original maintenance bond amount $152,969, $900.69 be submitted to the finance office and to be held for a 2-year period. Number 2, outstanding engineering bills totaling $13,864.63 be submitted to the town of Ware via bank check. Number 3, upon receipt of the above 2 items, the town of Ware will, 1, release the cash bond currently being held, the amount of $235,988.62 to William Carden, and 2, start sanding, plowing, but only after the maintenance bond and outstanding bills are cleared up. Meaning, if it snows before everything is taken care of, the road will be maintained as it had been in the past.
So we should get moving.
Yes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah.
Aye. Against? There you go.
Perfect.
I'll swap emails with you Wednesday, I'm not here tomorrow,
Okay,
but we can do that.
yeah, and then I'm just waiting,
And now I need
They're
something, I'll need
closed.
something from William.
yeah, and they're closed this week, too, she's out of.
All right, well, we can work through
Monday,
that.
I'll probably really.
Yeah, we can work through that.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
thank you guys.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Shoot, that thing is blowing hot air. All right, well, all I got is the agenda that you can set for the next person.
Well, no, I have to post it Wednesday, so, because we're closed Thursday and Friday. So I don't, not sure we're done CIP, we're done the budget.
Yep,
I think Beth was going to evaluations, I've got an envelope for you. She thought that you could, and I don't know, the evaluations are not really public, but you could start discussing maybe how you're gonna do your matrix for your raises. Cause Beth will be here Monday with you.
okay.
We're gonna start doing some other, or begin discussing warrant articles, I guess. That was the one thing I had. It was call to order, public comment, department heads, and then to begin working on warrant articles, including that one there. But I have an envelope that, she's got them in that you're welcome to pass around. They're not really for public information, but, cause they go in their personnel files. But then it's used that same form, and you guys can see how that worked, and then do your, I think there was a discussion about that matrix.
Now the envelope we get is just department heads, we're not seeing every,
I've done the 3 department heads and my staff here. Jason's done his staff.
right.
I
I didn't know the envelope
police-
that you said we're getting, if it's.
Well, no,
everything.
I just tucked them all in there. Beth will have it with her.
Yeah.
It's nothing I'm gonna email around, it's got people's information on it.
Right, okay.
But I don't know if you want to, just take them and look at them at the table and pass them around? Or
Yeah, I
do you
would
wanna
think-
have a general discussion? Do you want her to take them and put the averages on them for you? Would that help? I don't think you can look at the narratives, it doesn't matter, but remember, they all came down to a matrix at the bottom.
Yeah, yeah.
If she takes everybody and puts them in that matrix, maybe it might give you a better idea.
I guess what I was getting at, as far as us, the board looking at, I think one of the ones we really need to look at is department heads. I wouldn't think we'd need to look at the library staff, DPW staff. We don't see them or know, we know what the we know a little bit of department heads because we see them and we know what we expect from them.
So I did the department heads, was I not supposed to?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, but if they're
do you wanna
past it-
see those and not everybody else's?
I guess that was my thought, I don't know. It's coming to light talk about, I don't need personally to see
They can place
every
them-
truck driver or library staff because I don't even, we'd have no input on
Well,
that.
the department heads can place them in the,
past, have-
right?
No, we have not. That's kind of, what's that?
That's what your point is, that the department heads can place them where they need to go, right?
Right, yeah, so I
We
don't.
don't need to be-
I guess I don't care to look at those unless you fellas do.
Just the department head
Just
ones?
department heads.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, then I can put
Makes
those
sense to
3
me.
in an envelope for you.
Yeah,
All right, then I'll file the other ones back.
That-
But I think, back up though, I think you wanna know where they end up. So if you do, a 3.7 out of 5.
Yep.
The 3.7 to 4, is that gonna get you 3%? And then 4 to something, is that gonna give you a little more? You know, I think that, those numbers will be important, but we can put
Yeah.
those in an Excel spreadsheet.
yeah,
And then you can see how you want to determine
sure.
what it is.
Yeah, I think that'll be,
That should be done in non-public, right?
Well, if you're gonna talk about the employees, it should be. So you can either,
but they could come in and say, right, town office employees average was 3% or something. Is that what you're thinking?
No, I
DPW
think-
came in,
well, I
and then
think
we're trying
you-
to figure out,
The idea was, we talked about it based on merit. So at the
Yes.
end of this came a number,
Right.
right? And this number would then go on a spreadsheet, not everybody gets the same number,
Right.
obviously. And then you guys could determine what gets a 3, if you, I'm just using a number.
Yeah.
What gets a 3, what gets a 3.5.
Right,
But I think when you're starting to put numbers and talking about personnel, that you either do it at the end of the evening and have a discussion with Beth of how you'd like to move forward, but we can also kind of do a skeleton outline of what your warrant articles would look like at the moment.
yep,
Because there are a couple that didn't go through CIP that I think the fire chief's got one maybe, but I don't think the chief's got any, and I don't think Jason's got any extras. I think the chief might have one, but there's gonna be, honestly, to be honest with you, there's gonna be 8 zoning amendments because of state law, a lot of it. So you're gonna start the warrant articles at like 9 or 10.
yeah.
So,
Well, I think between that and the raises, I always
Right, I was
creates
gonna- I just don't-
conversation, I wouldn't put,
Yeah.
I wrote begin discussing 2026 warrant articles. And then you guys could go through your agenda with your regular stuff, and then at the end, you guys could have more of a discussion at non-public, you just can't turn the TV on and off, so,
okay,
does that sound,
yeah, I could see that being,
yeah, you guys will have your discussion and, but you're gonna start, if you talk names or whatever, on a spreadsheet.
yeah.
Yep.
Yep,
I know it's public information, but when you're talking about them,
yeah, no, we'll do it
It's not,
non-public, yep, I got you.
what they're paid is public information, but to talk about them and have a general discussion.
Yeah, you could have all those employees on this, I'm
Yeah.
following, you know, all them on a spreadsheet with the percentage, and then we can, yep, got you.
Okay. And just a reminder, tomorrow night you have a meeting. If you're going, I posted it as a meeting.
6:30, right?
6:30, yeah.
Bruce won't
Be here.
That's all I had.
All righty. Have a motion to adjourn,
Second?
all in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
Aye.
7:13, hang on.
Wow.
So what's the agenda